Right, David, if we start with fitness, any fresh concerns going into this weekend?
No, all good. Everyone available. Obviously, there is a one or other who played a lot of minutes in the last 4 games, where we have to consider what we do with him. But apart from maybe team selection in terms of freshness, everything is fine.
What about Dimmy? Obviously, he's had that surgery. Is he good to go now?
Yeah, Dimi is back in training. I think there's a high possibility that he will start on tomorrow. High possibility as well that Josh and Grant will be involved in the game. So we have some good alternatives.
And what about Jakob Sorensen? Is it still the plan for him to get some minutes with the under-21s?
Yeah, Lungi is back in training as well. I think he will get some minutes tomorrow as well. But he, you are right, has to have some further minutes as well in the under-21 in the next upcoming weeks, because obviously he hasn't played since I think 6 months, 5 months.
Yeah, and it is obviously January now. I'm sure you're looking forward to answering all the questions we'll ask about transfers. But I have to kick it off today. A lot of fans will be anxious with interest in the likes of obviously Johnny Rose, somebody who there's already been a lot of speculation about that the club will have to sell, but that might not be the case this month.
Yeah, I think we made our point clear. I made the point clear. I like to keep them for sure. I love to work with them. I love to support them. We all together love to support them, that they improve to get the best possible version they can be. And we will do this not only for the next weeks, for the next months, or hopefully years as well. So the aim is totally clear. I can understand why maybe the one or other is a little bit afraid, but this only shows that they are doing very well. So hopefully they can continue to do well, and we will support that they will do well.
In terms of other exits, is there a couple of younger players who might go out on loan? Obviously, we've already seen Adek Orega, but the likes of maybe Jaden Warner and Tony Spree?
Yeah, listen, so I think if I should bet that the squad looks like exactly the same on February the 1st like it looks today, I would not do it. But I think this is not a surprise. What will happen, we will see in the next weeks. We will have some conversations with the one or other individuals for sure as well. But as you said, the transfer window is open now for a few weeks. Nothing decided yet, but I'm quite sure that the squad will not look like exactly the same like it looks today.
I know you and Ben Napper have spoken about lowering the age profile of the squad. Is it maybe a window where you might look to the future a little bit in terms of the players that you sign?
Yeah, to be totally honest, I think every window you look as well into the future. I know that Ben and his department is working very hard to have a successful window. We will see at the end of the window if we can say it was a successful. We will wait, and I think we have to make sure that we all together are patient and give them all the time which they need to make some good decisions.
I also wanted to ask you about the contractual situation with a few of the players. Obviously now they've moved into the last 6 months of their contract. I think there's 9 of those players actually, but all of your left back options at the moment look like they're out of contract, with obviously Dimmy and Sam McCallum and Shemus Abouheta as well. Has there been any discussion with any of those about renewing?
Yeah, of course, we are in conversations with them, but I think we all together know that we don't know how it looks like in the summer, which position which we will be. I think it's fair to everyone to keep everything calm, and this is what we do. So everyone has the chance to bring himself in the best possible position. And this is what I ask the players to do, not only our left backs, everyone, but especially the players who contracts run down. So we are very calm on it and relaxed on it as well. I easily can deal with the situation, and I think the players as well.
So would you say you're still open to having your mind changed sort of between now and the end of the season regarding contract?
Yeah, listen, 6 months in football is massive, isn't it? So nobody knows what happens in this time. This is exactly what I wanted to say. It's totally open what happens in 6 months' time, because nobody knows how the next 6 months will improve for everyone.
And I wanted to ask you about the fact that tomorrow is a year in charge for you of this club. When you look back, how do you assess how things have changed from when you arrived to now?
To be fair, I haven't known this, so obviously 1 year is quite a long time in football, isn't it? So I said this, I think, quite at the beginning, that I really love to be here, live here, settle in the community as well, and try to do everything to push this club forward. Obviously, it's always up and downs in a year which we all together had. I think we are in a position where we, for sure, like to and have to improve and push. But I feel a great togetherness in this football club, which is great to have. And obviously, it's up to us to make the next steps now. There are a lot of steps to go, but I think there are a lot of things in place. And we have to make sure that we push and work as hard as we can to bring back the success which this football club deserves. We are on the way. I think we made first steps, but there's some further steps to go. No surprise for no one. And I'm quite keen to see how quick and how far we can push them.
Do you think it's a club that now reflects your sort of ideas a lot more than it did when you arrived?
To be fair, there was no big surprise for me now. If I reflect the last 12 months in terms what I got after I've signed, no big surprises, but obviously it's like always in football, or often in football, yourself you have to be a little bit patient as well. Everybody likes to have everything going much more quicker, but at the end of the day, you have always to make sure to calm yourself down, not to lose your head, and to make the right decisions in the right moment.
And to move things on to this weekend, obviously the FA Cup starts. Where does that stand in sort of your list of priorities this season, and how important is the FA Cup to you?
To be fair, listen, I'm from Germany, and the FA Cup in Germany is some mystery. To be fair, something very, very special. Everybody speaks about the oldest football competition in world football, and this still sticks with me. So I like this competition, very traditional competition. I'm really looking forward. I've heard that we already sold 18,000 tickets till today. Nobody knows what will be then tomorrow, maybe or hopefully even more, because I think there was a long time since we had a home game in January in the FA Cup. So great to have one, and now hopefully it's up to us to make sure that we can maybe start a cup run.
Yeah. Obviously the flip side of that is the increased possibility of more games. Is there any worry for you in that department? Obviously I know you spoke about a sort of injury crisis earlier this season. Is there any worry for you that if you do progress with the possibility of replays as well, that the squad might be a bit stretched by that?
Yeah, obviously this is always a risk. Yes, you are right. But first and foremost, I'm keen and I like that we push as hard as we can, that we win tomorrow, and that we can come in the next round without a rematch. On the other hand, if it is the case, then we take it. So this is, I think, as well, one of the interesting thing of this competition, that you have a lot of games. A lot of games get rescheduled as well in the championship if you come through. This makes it quite interesting, and I'm really looking forward to the game tomorrow, especially because we are at home, and we have a squad together where a lot of players maybe had not a lot of game time in recent weeks because of different circumstances, injuries, selection. But all of them are pushing hard for the starting shirt, and tomorrow they can show what they're capable of.
And on Bristol Rovers, a lot of people will look at the fact that it's obviously a team in the division below and suggest that it might be a a slightly easier task, but I'm sure you'll tell me it's more complicated than that. What have you made of them, obviously analysing them going into this game?
Yeah, on paper, I think it looks different than the game before. Yeah, this is correct. I think we should not shy away from it, but at the end of the day, it's up to us. We have to make sure that we play with the right intensity, with the right energy, in the right spaces, very front-footed, strong in the counter press, and create our moments, create chances. That everyone in football likes to win, especially if you play against a team which maybe is a league below you, is clear, but that it is not easy and not written in stone that this automatically will happen is totally clear for us as well. So it will be hard work which we have to deliver tomorrow, but we're ready for it.
And Matt Taylor, as a manager, had a couple of good results against obviously your team with Rotherham. Have you taken some stuff from that to apply to this weekend, or is it completely different because he's now with a different team?
No, we've shown on the Rotherham. We've looked on the Rotherham games as well. To be fair, because he used the same setup, the same mindset, the same formation. But more we've looked on his recent games of Bristol Rovers.
Yeah, just to finish with, I wanted to ask you a little bit about the style of play and the way that you set up against Southampton. Obviously, you were going into that as underdogs and looked to sort of counter-attack in that one. Was that just a sort of one-game thing, or does that actually sort of suit your squad? If you look at, for me, the likes of Sainz and Rowe, that seems to suit you a little bit as well?
This is not our general approach. This is clear, but it was very good to see that the players are capable of performing in this shape, in this structure, because a season can be quite long. Very interesting games at the end of the season can be as well, where maybe it makes it very, very important to, for 20-50 minutes, make sure you defend solid and be a threat on the counter. Nobody knows what happens in May. What you need, good to know that the players are capable of playing well in this structure as well.
Good stuff. Cheers, David.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.